yesterday, Facebook announced that it would be offering users the ability to clear their history, clear history tool. This is yesterday, okay? And the feature would roll out in the coming months. It would allow users to delete data that the social network gathers from websites and apps outside of Facebook. Did you know that if you keep Facebook up on your computer, it's sucking information on your browser history from other sites? Did you know that? Most people don't. That's why I always close Facebook. And once you start doing that and getting in the habit, you do a lot less Facebook. They still send me emails that somebody posted something important, like Carol Worthington Levy, one of my great friends. Although usually it's something I disagree with, and I close Facebook again. Anyway, so they are offering this button, and I think it's spectacular because, the ads that try to predict what I want. I mean, I just saw, what was I? I was on ESPN watching the baseball. You know how they have the little game cast? And they had this really cute little blue dress, and I showed my wife, and she said, why are you getting little blue dresses? I said, I don't know, I'm on ESPN. It's from eBay. What do they know? I didn't look at dresses on eBay. Somehow they've algorithmized me. She says, you go to weird sites. I said, yes, I do. Anyway, so this is big news. Some advertisers think this is the end of the world, but it isn't. It just isn't. The bounce rate is so high, But that said, let's go to this one. This is a great article. Basically, it's one of the Mobile Marketing Association experts on India's ad fraud. And as you know, I look at Ad Age India because you get a different take on things. And he basically said, we're losing our ad X to ad fraud. And he said 22% of mobile ad budget is fraud. And he said, but the key to fixing it is not trying to guess what's going on out there, because he said whatever you measure, they will fix and they will go around and they'll figure out a way. But he said if the metric is an end goal of transaction and not impression driven, if you get away from clicks and views and you get to buying, then ad fraud will come down dramatically, because they don't want to buy from you. They just want to roll over your site and increase the views and charge you more for the ad. And so in some sense, the advertisers and the sites are complicit, right? But when you get to actual transactions buying something, that's a lot harder and much more expensive to fake. And that's essentially the key to what the Trump campaign did. You can talk all you want about Facebook algorithms, but what the Trump campaign did was they sold hats. They sold hats and yard signs and bumper stickers, and no one in political history had really ever done that and they did it because they didn't have any money. Trump didn't want to spend his own money. I don't know if he was serious, but whatever the case, they got better information because they tracked buyers, and everybody else tracked clicks or algorithms. And there you go. Big key. Big key. And if you don't know how to do that, read How Direct Marketing Swung the Election on WDMA.org, or give me a call. John Miglash, WDMA.org. Okay, so let's get over here. And voice is a big deal. This is a good article, but I'm not going to take a lot of time. But just as typeface can matter, just as typeface can affect readability, the voices on Alexa can matter. Now, one of the funny things is a billion searches every month. So I thought, I wonder how many searches Google gets. And I generally use DuckGo instead of Google because it's private. Google gets 3.5 billion searches a day. So this is 1%. So it's not quite there yet. But I smile when I see a hard number when a percentage would make more sense, but a percentage would trivialize the thing. Okay, so let's get over to the, why am I not? Oh, that's where I want to go. I'm on the wrong, I can't look down at my keyboard, but I'm on the wrong one. This was an interesting one. YouTube's algorithm is spreading a series of unfortunate far-right events. And I try to I try to get a wide variety of news. This is from the Drum, but I didn't expect this one. I didn't expect that the algorithm both, because Facebook kicked off a bunch of far right guys the other day, and so I thought it was all far left. I thought the algorithms were all skewed for the left against the right. But here's a guy, Samuel Scott, and he says he's watching this, and it says the Nazi Party was liberal. And I understand what they're saying. They're saying that the goal of equality for all was utilized. The utopia of the Third Reich was used to suppress free speech, to incarcerate and kill major sections of the population, which is the end of socialism in general. And so I can understand from a historical perspective that what label you put on an empty bottle is not relevant. But anyway, I just thought it was fantastic that this guy was talking about how being conservative is becoming brainwashed. And, I just think it's great. You should always get outside your own box a little bit. And here it is, why Nazism was socialism, why socialism is totalitarianism. Is it right or wrong? Don't know. But one of the things I will point out from YouTube, in YouTube's defense, and Google generally too, is two of these give you the actual principles that they pitched. This guy gives you a reaction, right? And this one gives you a comparison. I think that's pretty fair myself. But anyway, we're not gonna get too far into that because people will misread it. I understand now they can make your head or make a speech saying anything they want with 30 seconds of your own voice, which is kind of cool. And measles is another good example. But there were 700 cases like globally or something, and he's complaining that they should shut down the people who has some concerns about vaccination, which I think is, again, there may be some concerns. There probably should be some concerns. When we overregulated the vaccination industry, it was taken offshore. Imagine the implications from a what do they say, a bad player vaccinating our country against the flu, where just about everybody gets it. So you need both sides, and I'm both sides on most issues. I'm John Miglosh. Have a great day. Like and share. Subscribe on Periscope.